Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be back with this new video. I hope that you are all well. And I wanted to film outside today, but unfortunately the weather is a bit stormy, so I thought it would be safer if I stay inside. But anyway, I wanted to come today with this video and talk about, first of all the changes that are going on this planet right now, and God knows how intense it has been. This month of May has been probably one of the most intense months of the year so far. As I said in my previous video, it's eclipse season that started end of April, beginning of May. And so we can really feel that energy very strongly. And I have to say that I myself, just to share a little bit of my personal experience right now, am living a period in my life where there are so many profound transformations happening inside me. It's like everything is shattered inside me and making, like cleaning the slate so something better can emerge. And it's quite difficult sometimes, it's quite challenging for me. And I'm sure that some of you out there are also experiencing similar things. But what I feel also with all these things that are being, disintegrated, which I should say inside me, is that progressively I can feel that there is something much bigger, much more powerful that is emerging inside me. And that is what I call consciousness, a new kind of consciousness, new awareness, also a deeper presence. And finally, I can really also feel this kind of inner peace that is being really anchored into my being. So whatever we are experiencing right now, if we feel, not quite well, and we feel a little bit worried about what is happening in the world or what is happening in our lives, we just need to remind ourselves that we are going through these profound transformations, and it's really like the end of a huge cycle that we are going through right now. So it's really letting go of all the past, all that we have known from the 3D self, that is really being kind of unraveled right now. And so it's also important to stay really focused and to move forward despite the discomfort that we can feel right now. In this video, I wanted to talk about our connection with Gaia, with Mother Earth, but also I would like to share with you a vision I had of the future on Gaia in connection with the inner Earth, with the Lemurians. So I created a meditation for my French community last month, and I really felt the call of Mother Earth to connect more deeply with her, but to connect in a way that is heart-centered. So there was this really deep connection through the heart to Mother Earth. And as we did this meditation, there was almost like an invitation to go beneath the surface, to go really inside in the inner Earth. And there we were really invited to actually meet what we call Lemurians, or the beings that live inside Earth. And I will say a word about them in a moment. And there, because they are already in a fifth dimensional plane, and they are holding that vibration inside the Earth, we had this beautiful vision of, their dimensional world. So it was very peaceful, very harmonious. Could really feel this unity between all living things, and we could really feel this connection with all different kingdoms, like the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom. And it was so peaceful, so serene, and so filled with light. And we could really absorb that vibration and really start anchoring that vibration. A word about the Lemurians now. So the Lemurians, they contacted me for the first time in 2018, and they came forward with a very strong message concerning what was going to happen on Gaia in the next years. And one of the most important messages was really that the new Earth grids were actually the same or superimposed on the Lemurian grids, which was the continent of Mu thousands and thousands of years ago. So they lived on a continent that we call the continent of Mu. And in that time, it was kind of like a paradise on Earth. They were highly intelligent, highly evolved spiritually as well. There was really this balance between all living things and just, living through the heart. It was a very heart-centered civilization. And we consider them to be really like the founding fathers and mothers of spiritual knowledge on this planet, because they brought all this spiritual knowledge to Earth and actually influenced a lot of civilizations, further into the future. So they also coexisted with Atlantis, and actually there was a colony of Lemurians that went to Atlantis, and they brought with them all the spiritual knowledge. So it is said that it was like the beginning of the mystery schools that then we can find in ancient Egypt, etc. And the continent of Mu actually sunk into the sea during a kind of cataclysm that happened. And the same happened, of course, to Atlantis later. And they knew that it was going to happen. They knew their continent would disappear, and they also knew that Atlantis would disappear. And Atlantis was a much more ego-based civilization, so they were also highly intelligent, highly advanced technologically, but it was also going to be their downfall, because they actually manipulated a lot of things, a lot of technologies that they shouldn't have, and they basically self-destructed. So what happened after that is that some of these Lemurians, they returned to where they came from. So a lot of them came from other planets, but some of them actually took refuge inside the Earth, and they've been living there since then. So it's like 12,000 years now, and there is this whole network, underground network in the inner Earth that we also call Agartha. And there are several portals on Earth that actually are like doors into the Agartha, the inner Earth. So one of them, the most famous one, is of course the Mount Shasta in the United States. And it is said that underneath that mountain there is actually the biggest Lemurian city called Telos. And that's basically their main area of residence, although they are present in different areas all around the globe. I've seen them in places like where I live in France, for example. There is also another portal underneath the mountain of Bugarash, which is 30 minutes away from where I live. And so they have been holding, this vibration of the fifth dimensional plane on Earth since then. And now they are more and more reconnecting with us, asking us really to accept their help and to connect to them, so that we can integrate more and more this 5D energy inside our beings. So this is a thing that happens really naturally, and I think this is why they came back quite strongly during this meditation. Unfortunately, I don't have it in English, but maybe I would translate it so you can also follow this meditation, which is really powerful, because by connecting with them and actually visualizing how they live in their fifth dimensional plane inside the Earth, it really helps us to integrate these energies. And as they showed me, it's almost like, progressively this energy is building and emerging more and more to the surface. And we, the humans on the surface, are going to be able to manifest more and more this reality on Earth as well. In a more concrete way, how does this happen? Well, it happens because there is this ascension process, and basically we are also activating these memories that we have from Lemuria, because a lot of us, a lot of light workers, a lot of shamans, a lot of healers, we have all these Lemurian memories inside our cells, DNA, and this is going to be reactivated progressively. So it is also said, you know, that Lemurians are very present through certain other civilizations that we have currently on Earth. So, of course, there are the Aborigines of Australia that have a very strong connection with them, but also the Hawaiian, you know, tradition, the shamanic tradition in Hawaii, and the Hopis are very connected to them as well. So it's really through also the remembrance of our own, you know, inner spiritual wisdom that is emerging right now through what I was mentioning in the beginning of this video, which might feel a bit, you know, really uncomfortable with a lot of things that are being shattered in our inner structure, especially our ego structure that is still connected to the 3D matrix, for example. It can also be 4D stuff as well. And basically this is what is emerging. It's our own ancient wisdom that is emerging through this process of ascension. And it's really important, this is a very strong message that I got as well, is to remember where we came from and why we are here and who we are, basically. And remember that we are here to bring back this paradise on Earth. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy these videos that I publish, please subscribe if you haven't already, like the video or comment below. This really helps this channel to expand because, you know, I have been thinking, since I have a very big community on my French YouTube channel, I don't know if I'm going to continue these videos in English because they are quite time consuming. Every time I have to do, you know, 2 videos at the same time. So if you really enjoy what I share with you, please show your support in that way, and I will be very, very thankful. See you soon. Sat Nam.